Violence at the scene of a siege.
Out!
I won't be taken aback unless the money's in place in Pittsburgh. What would you do in my position, Mr. Sherman? Your child's dying, but money can buy her a chance. Now, what would you do?
Yeah, that's what I mean. If the money's got to come from someone else, you need front-page headlines, don't you? If you want front-page headlines, you've got to stretch it out till the morning.
I'm gonna crucify Harry Salter. You're in it. Up to here. Has he been cautioned?
Harry Salter for Michael Monkton.
I'm electing to go to trial. I'm not interested in any deals.
Oh, well, I think you might be.
No thanks. And if that's what I'm doing here, I'll see you in the magistrate's court.
Harry.
I knew this was going to happen.
Just listen to what he's got to
Look,
say.
you're supposed to be giving me support. If you can't do that, why bother coming?
Harry, I'll carry out any instructions that you give me. But I'd like you to listen to something before you... Excuse me.
Jonathan! What happened? Nothing. It's okay. How are you getting on?
Gregory won't budge. He's not interested in talking to the police.
You've got to make him change his mind. Listen. He needs to draw this out. I'm talking about a couple of days.
Harry!
The prosecution brought this round. If you go for trial, it's admissible as evidence.
What I'm suggesting is he lets the paramedics or whatever come in and treat her there, yeah?
You're saying if the diner won't pay up, the story's going to be over before it's begun?
That's what I mean. If the money's got to come from somewhere else, you need a front-page headline. If you want a front-page headline, he's got to stretch it out till the morning.
This and this will get you convicted. You scored the holy bloody trinity. It's sub judice, it's perverting the course of justice, and it's prejudicing the jury.
No, you're missing the point entirely. A little girl has had a life-saving operation, which before this was denied her.
That's nothing to do with the case against you.
Oh, do me a favour. This is what it's all about.
I'm sorry, Harry, this is not the issue.
But Harry paid for a doctor to come over. That must count for something. So you had a phone call offering Harry what?
The Crown are willing to withdraw the charges of conspiring to demand monies and contempt on condition that Harry enters a guilty plea to obstructing the police. Now, I recommend that you take...
It doesn't seem to have occurred to you the reason they've dropped these charges is because they don't have a case.
I can assure you they do.
Well, let them stand it up in front of a jury, mate, because I'm pleading not guilty and I'm going for trial.
If you know the system, Harry, you've forgotten something. Forget the other charges. Contempt of court is heard by the judge alone. No jury, just the judge. And you're guilty. And he's gonna know that you rejected this offer.
I don't doubt it.
And he will fine you and your business out of existence and/or stick you away for up to 2 years.
It's not worth losing the business over.
I'd do the deal, Harry, I really would. Do you agree?
Shit, this!
That was a yes. So, how are you going to handle this?
It's handled, isn't it?
Is it?
I'm doing as I was told.
Well, you didn't have much option, did you, given the alternatives?
You're well pleased with this, aren't you?
I'm glad it's not going on, yeah.
Well, what more do you want?
Plenty. Because if that's the court case settled, the rest of us are in with a shout now, and there's some of us wouldn't mind bursting your eardrums for you. Like
I really need this, don't I?
Yeah, you do. Because you've been obnoxious to everyone. So, will you please call Nick, because he's your friend, not mine, and I'm fed up with making excuses for you. And sort it out with Snappy, because Alice is stranded in the middle somewhere. And in case you hadn't noticed...
Why don't we just have a row in the middle of the street,
And
eh?
in case you hadn't noticed, you and me are in trouble.
Shut your mouth. Snappy's a pillock, and he can cure himself of that.
Alice was in that diner. Snappy was worried stupid about it, and he told you not to make that call. He asked you to do everything through the police.
Yeah, well, maybe one day him and the rest of the world will realise some good came out of that, and it's not unconnected with me.
That's not
Just
what I'm...
shut up. I'm trying to answer the question, and I haven't called Nick because it's the police who brought these charges, and I don't want to compromise him, and he knows that. And if he's pretending otherwise, he's probably trying to get into your knickers.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. He's your best friend. And seeing as I don't wear any, wouldn't do him much good, would it?
There wouldn't be much bloody rum, would there? Look, you started this. If we need mending, you drop your lover.
David and I are not sleeping together.
Good, fine.
I'm seeing him, yeah. I'm seeing him because I need something. I need something. You just keep pushing me away and gun me dead all the time.
Come here.
Well, they've been a long time coming.
What?
Your arms around me.
$20 Camel, please, love. Then write it down. Ta. Be nice. Don't be a creep, Jonathan. Ah, charm. Good photo. Our champion dog.
Yeah, right.
No, honest, I like it. It's a good picture.
I'll take it down, Harry.
Leave it. I like it.
Right.
Right, a couple of announcements. My solicitors inform me that the charges have been dropped.
Oh, brilliant.
Except, a bit premature that, except obstructing the police.
What'd you get for that? A fine?
Yeah, fine, probably. Bound over. Now, put that off. It's been brought to my notice that I haven't been very pleasant lately.
No.
So, I'm going to make a gesture.
What are those?
These are my best kept secret. Now, let's face it, if I walk in here, I see you all doing nothing, I get obstreperous. Now, next time it's dead and you haven't got a story, you go out and you spend 25 quid on these. It doesn't matter what they are, yachting, gardening, girly magazines, motoring, but you flick through them, you nick the ideas, make them your own, and you flog them, okay?
You don't do that, do you?
Never fails. Don't look so shocked, Jonathan. We are all kids at bedtime. We all need the same old crap every night. Otherwise, we don't sleep well.
Oh, dear.
You won't get any complaints. You try it and see. Now, after tomorrow, I'm going on holiday. Quite soon. Don't know when, but it'll be soon.
Harry.
Not all at once. It's a terrific photo. I mean it.
Harry.
I know.
No, you don't. If you get bound over tomorrow, we all do. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, it's a worry.
It's a bloody certainty. And like it or not, this company is you. It's Harry Soldier. It's no one else.
I wouldn't say that.
So, what do we do when the charm fight comes up, huh? Dogfighting's illegal, did you know? Do we cover it? Where do we stand?
I don't know. Any judgment against me tomorrow is against me, not the rest of you.
So, when they come and pick us up for the fight, do we go? Come on, it's a simple bloody question.
I've told you, I don't know yet.
Well, I do. The answer's no, and it'll be no to everything that's not sparkling bloody clean, because that's our style, isn't it? It's the poorest bastard outcome, Harry.
Look, I've got no choice, okay? I've been reliably informed that if I go to trial, we are going to be liquidated. Now, what do you suggest?
If you'd done what I'd said in the first place and kept out of it, we wouldn't be in this mess, would we?
It doesn't cross your mind, does it, that a sick girl's alive today because of what I did?
No, it doesn't. Harry, Alice and Jonathan could have got hurt, and I'm thinking of jacking it in. That's what's crossing my mind.
Okay, so what do I do to put things right, eh?
Work it out for yourself.
Oh, come on, it's not just down to me. I was making an effort, you know. I genuinely like that photo. You just won't take a compliment, will you?
All right, Harry, come on. What is it you like about that photo, eh?
Well, I like the...
What, you like big photos of dogs, do you?
That's Stella and Rush.
That's right.
You got that from that picture?
That's right.
Can you blow this up any bigger?
I've already done it. Trouble is, Harry, if you get bound over tomorrow, we won't be able to use it.
Hi. Mallion's got bail, and he's going up to the Crown Court for sentencing.
Where is he?
There's press everywhere. He's gone out the back way.
I'm sorry, who are we talking about?
It inspires you with confidence, doesn't he?
I didn't hear.
Malion, the man with the gun?
Sorry, I couldn't hear, that's all. It's busier in here than usual.
I'd better get back. Harry, can I do an interview with you afterwards, on camera?
Yeah, all right.
I wouldn't advise it.
It's not for a newspaper, it's for some BBC... Go on, I'll see you in there.
Will you have to pay his fine today?
Well,
Hey, Harry.
Hello.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Calling Harold Salter.
that's us.
Good luck, Harold.
Good luck, Harry.
We're all with you, Harry.
Seen less reporters at a murder committal.
The press gang's up from London.
You lot love your own, don't you? Yes, one.
Court will rise. You may sit. Your Worship, this is Police versus Harold Salter. With your consent, the Crown has withdrawn the charges of conspiracy to demand money, and we're now thinking...
Excuse me, Your Worship.
Quiet, please.
Mr. Salter, if you have something to say, you will be given an opportunity.
Well, I feel I ought to speak to my solicitor before the clerk continues. I'll take your advice on it, but I do think it is necessary.
Mr. Monckton, please.
Your Worship, I'm sorry, but I need your guidance. I am dismissing my solicitor. I believe the clerk was about to submit a plea bargain, which I wholly disagree with.
Quiet.
What I want...
You tell him, Harry!
Quiet.
What I want is to elect that this trial go before a jury. And I offer a plea of not guilty to all 3 charges.
Quiet. Quiet.
Double or quits, eh?
Yes.
Do you want to lift back?
No, it's all right. Listen, take the day off. I'll see you tomorrow. That picture of Charm, we can use it legitimately. Get the clearest blow-up you can of those 2 blokes, OK? Thanks for coming.
You know well enough not to imply in open court that deals have been done.
Yeah, well, send us your bill. I don't employ you anymore.
You regret this, you know.
Oh, yeah? I'll quote you on that at the trial.
Harry!
Hello, My name's Harry, and I'm an alcoholic. I'm trying to fathom out why I drink. Because I've stopped at a strange time. I could be hitting it hard, but I don't want it. Don't think about it. No twinges, nothing. Calls for celebration. If it wasn't so disturbing. You see, perhaps, who knows, perhaps I'm getting what I want without it, which is fine. But the substitute is no placebo. Not for others, anyway. Sorry. What do I want? London, certainly. Out of my marriage, possibly. I certainly do want to go back to London, and Jim Beam and I, we were working on it. That's how I handle things. I drank my way up here. I was drinking my way back. It's not necessary now. Something different's happening. I've got my finger on the self-destruct button. When I drink myself out of a situation, I know there's other casualties, but it's my liver I'm sclerosing. It's me I'm hurting. I mean, the others can get over it. They'll soon find out I wasn't worth it. But that's not true about this route. I'm going to take some with me.
Thanks, Harry.
That's all. Thank you. How much did you hear?
Not all of it.
How much, Nick?
When I come here, who I see and what he said is confidential. That is the creed, and I stick to it. How are you?
God knows.
What happened?
In court?
Yeah.
I think I jumped off the roof.
Yeah. I was just wondering why. I don't buy this quick ticket back to London shit. If you don't get your act together, the butter boys will have you. The word is, they're going to do Jonathan as well.
What? Was a co-conspirator?
They've got a tape of your phone conversation.
I've heard it.
You've heard it? You heard the tape and you didn't do a deal? You're mental. They're also calling Snappy as a prosecution witness. Apparently, he made a statement at the time, saying that he warned you not to call Jonathan and that you were out of order. Can't help you any more than that, Harry. Our two Nicks do a lot of work together. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't call you.
Rita said. You're seriously losing her, you know.
I'm seriously losing everything, mate. Hi.
Lots of things happening. You're not drinking. How are you getting your comfort?
When you're in over your head, I don't think there is any. Well, go on.
I'm going to move out for a while. Till this is over.
Where to?
Somewhere on my own. You don't need me around disapproving of you night and day, which I do. So what do you think? Harry, in Chinese, the word crisis is made up of two characters, right? Danger and opportunity.
Now, the danger for us if I stay is that...
That sounds like someone else speaking, not you.
Well, yeah. Chinaman, I expect.
What, called David? You can go to bed with him, Rita, but don't bring his bollocks home with you. Yes, you bloody better leave.
Oh!
Now!
I need some clothes.
Try Marks and Spencer's. Next week, more enough.
Yeah, I know that. I know, but there's still time. I can fax that through to you now.
Yeah, we will, yeah. All right, yeah, thanks.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye.
Right. Same as the rest.
Jonathan, did you file your copy to the Telegraph?
Yeah?
Well, I can't find it in here. Let's have a look at it. What's the matter?
I've been in the police station all night.
Oh, I thought that might happen. They charge you?
Yeah, the same as you. Contempt, obstruction, conspiracy.
Oh, well, never mind. You'll be all right.
No, Harry, that's just your own cocktail.
What do you mean?
We're shut out. No one's taken our stuff.
There's a fax from the Press Complaints Commission on your desk. Someone's reported you.
What for?
Selling the Sea story, knowing it was sub judice. Well, I don't know if they're leaning on the editors, but no one's touching us till after the trial. That's if you win. If you lose...
All right, I can do without the bleeding obvious.
So, how many weeks can we go without earning?
You will get paid, don't worry.
How?
I'll have the heart attack over that. You just spend it.
Harry, you don't seem to realise no money comes...
You will be pissed delighted to hear that you have been called as a police witness against me. So just get off my back, will you?
What do you mean?
You heard me. And don't you worry, I'll get the best barristers up from London. The only thing for us to do is to close down the office.
What?
I'll give you all a month's salary. If it's not sorted out by then, you'll get another.
Oh, that is crazy.
Don't argue. Come in the office, get the checks.
Oh, Harry, for goodness sake.
We are closed. I'll see you when I see you. Thanks. If you're gonna cut my hair, will you look at it while you cut it? John. Thanks, mate.
Thank you, Harry.
Reed. Hello, darling. How are you?
All right.
You know this is the longest we've been apart. It's all right. I'm straight. I'm not.
Harry, I'm with David. I mean, I'm not with him. He's in the market. I'm shopping with him. We're not together, all right?
Okay.
Just in case he arrives.
Fine.
How's it going?
Kick off tomorrow. You're gonna come. I want you to.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Hey, is it all right if I pop into the house? There's a few things I want to pick up.
Yeah, of course it is. I was expecting you. Look, you and me, are we... What's going to happen to us?
David, this is Harry.
I do. Hello. I'll be in touch.
Harry. Whatever we want. All right.
Jonathan.
Hello.
Right. What a great sight.
Oh, I thought you'd never call us back. How have you been?
Oh, up and down. Down mostly. In London, sorting out the barristers.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Kingswell rang.
He's our solicitor.
Well, I've booked them into the Grange.
Great. You all right?
Fine, thanks, yeah.
How's Snappy?
Oh, thanks for your letter. It meant a lot to him. He's dreading going into the box because he knows that they just want him to drop you in it, so he spends all his time practicing clever answers.
Well, when you snog him tonight, tell him it's from me.
I will.
What do you think?
It's very smart.
Not too sure?
No, it looks good.
I hope you'll be getting yours cut.
No, I don't think so.
Jonathan, I said I hope you'll be getting yours cut. I don't want to be standing in the dock with you looking like a bar of mine off.
Well, I'll put it in a ponytail.
A what?
Harry, I'm innocent until proved guilty, and that includes my hair.
Jonathan, if you trust me on nothing else, trust me on this one. A trim. I have seen innocent men go down for want of a haircut. Please.
Nice house?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I thought there was going to be 7 of you lot.
Yes, there's been a development. The Crown won't be offering any evidence against Jonathan. It's our guess they only ever initiated proceedings in order to overextend you financially.
Well, they're bloody succeeded, aren't they?
Harry, when we win, we'll also be awarded costs.
How are you going to handle it?
Look, the important thing is don't panic while the prosecution are on their feet. If we seem laid back, it's intentional. There's a split focus in cases of contempt. We'll be talking to the jury about the charges, and the judge rules on contempt. So delicate fly fishing is sometimes required.
Fly fishing? New one on me. Alice, this is Mrs. Penrose, Mr. Kingswell, Mr. Jalbert, Mr. Ellis. Jonathan?
Hi.
How do you do?
How do you do? Harry, what do you think?
Well, you'd better explain these new developments to the lad. You go through.
Jonathan, good news for you. Any reference to the contempt issue with the jury present would be entirely prejudicial, Harry. If it occurred, you'd walk.
Rita, he's in with his barrister and he said...
Oh, so you're the bigwigs up from London, are you? You're the frippery I'm forking out for.
Rita?
That house is half my house. And if you want to borrow on it to pay for your mistakes, you ask me. I'm losing enough already, Harry. You might have had the decency to leave me something.
I'm sorry about this. That's the wife. I'll be back.
Right. Let's have that cup of coffee now, shall we?
Rita! I had no choice.
You get lost! Get away from me! How could you do that to me? You bastard! It's our house, it's not your house! It's our house!
I don't know why I've done all this. I don't know what I'm playing at. I don't want to lose any of it. I want to keep you.
Members of the jury, you are charged with the consideration of the facts. What happened, who said what, when, to what effect. My task is to consider questions of law. Now, these are matters that don't concern you and account for the occasions when I may ask you to withdraw.
Calling John Foley.
You've worked with the defendant for 5 years, and you know him well. Very well, in fact.
Yes.
So, you and the defendant...
He's one of my closest friends.
Good. So, you and the defendant were in a car driving towards the scene of the siege. And you already knew that a gunman was holding children and 2 of your colleagues hostage. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then the defendant began phoning one of these colleagues, Mr. Jonathan Pilecki, on a mobile phone.
Yes.
And what did you say?
Look, what you've got to do here is remember that...
No, Mr. Foley, what you've got to do is answer the question. We have your statement here. Will you tell the court what you've said?
I asked him not to phone. I told him to leave it to the police.
Yes. And later, when you discovered that he had disregarded your advice, apart from saying, "I'll kill him," you offered to, and indeed did, help the police to track him down. Is that right?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Foley, why do you still work for Harry Salter?
Because he's the best journalist I've ever come across.
Thank you.
Now, I know the police are out to crucify Harry,
Mr.
and
Foley.
everything I said
Mr.
must be...
Foley. All right, Mr. Rickman, I'm here. We appreciate your divided loyalties, but not that last comment. Members of the jury, I know it's terribly difficult, but really you must disregard that opinion, which is all it is. You finished, yes?
Indeed, Your Honor.
Right, Mr. Rickman.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would just like to add that if the police are indeed out to crucify the defendant, then Mr. Foley seems to be doing a very good job of supplying them with the nails.
What I'm suggesting is he lets the paramedics or whatever come in and treat her there, yeah?
You're saying if the diner won't pay up, the story's going to be over before it's begun?
That's what I mean. If the money's got to come from somewhere else, you need a front-page headline. If you want a front-page headline, he's got to stretch it out till the morning.
Let it run?
Yeah, give it time to build. And someone will cough up.
Are you saying, Inspector Rhodes, that the defendant prevented you from talking to the gunman, Gregory Malyon?
Yes, sir. And more than that, as the tapes show, Harry Salter was effectively running the siege. Everything he said to his colleague, Jonathan Pilecki, was repeated to us verbatim by Gregory Malyon. The gunman's demands were Harry Salter's demands.
Inspector Rhodes, the beginning of that tape is not the beginning of the conversation, is it?
No, ma'am, but I failed to see what...
So do I, Mrs. Penrose. We heard the tape recordings. They were very clear. How can Inspector Rhodes know what was said previously? He's not interested in conjecture, and neither are we.
When you came to arrest the defendant, what happened?
He was using his mobile phone. I told him to end the call. He ignored me and continued talking. And then he attempted to physically evade me.
He resisted arrest?
On 2 occasions, he tried to shove me away with his outstretched arm.
No further questions, Your Honor. As I understand it, then, the defendant called you, as well as the editors of other national newspapers, and asked you to make a bid for the story.
How is it possible for the witness to know of conversations with other editors when presumably he wasn't present?
With respect, Your Honor. He asked you for a price for the story.
Yes.
And your paper bid, how much?
Commercial details unfolding here seem surely beside the point.
We can all see that the defendant negotiated to sell the story for a sum of money.
We understand that he hasn't received that sum of money.
It's the intent, Mrs. Penrose, the intent.
But my client is not pleading ignorance. The question is whether the articles he sold were, in fact, in any way prejudicial to the criminal proceedings already in motion.
Well, Mrs. Penrose, as they say, I'll be the judge of that.
No doubt, Your Honor. But perhaps you'd like to hear the evidence first. What did I say to you yesterday? I said, don't panic during the prosecution.
Gentle fly fishing. That's how you're going to deal with the judge. Blimey, you were slinging sticks of dynamite at him in there.
You're overreacting.
Am I? Well, I'm paying you a fortune, so I'll do what I like. Christ, if we had the American system, no win, no fee, you wouldn't be looking so smug. Now, you better do better tomorrow.
One is always striving to do better, Harry.
I want to go back to my office. I've got to prepare. I can't leave it to that lot in there. Listen, will you stop over the house tonight with me?
Yeah, if you like.
Where'd Alice get to?
She had to go back with Snappy. He was really upset. Shall I pop in on the way back?
Will ya? I know he tried.
So what do you reckon?
Well, it didn't get much better after you left. I don't know. It's Harry's turn tomorrow, but...
I'm gonna go and see him.
Well, what if someone sees you? I don't think that's allowed, you know.
I'll be careful.
Snappy, there's no need. He knows...
There is.
Who's that? I'm in here. Oh.
Said we'd find you come the time, didn't I? Yes. I'm impressed. That's how I chomped to a tea. Get your coat.
Listen, I can't go anywhere tonight.
Yeah, of course. We'll rearrange the fight. What dates can you manage?
I'm in court tomorrow.
Harry, no use. We're just the collectors, and we're collecting you. No debating. The fight's on, and you're wanted. Get your coat. We'll take that. Hand it over.
We had this done up for you.
Chomp can have it in his corner. Oh, no.
Who are you?
I'm a charmer.
There you go, man. This is you.
Wait here.
You want a beer, don't you?
Yeah, fine. Is that Charm, then?
No, that one. Both sides swap dogs before the fight. Make sure nobody smeared nothing on them.
That's interesting. What time does it start, then?
You've got a while yet. About 10. Should be a few in.
Yeah, D.C. Nichols. Snappy! Hi. How's it going? He's where?
It's a pit bull fight. But listen, I took a photo and they've got it with them.
Oh, Jesus. Round up as many as you can. Get my car around the front.
What's he doing here? He's a reporter, isn't he? All right, point taken. Yeah, nothing's foolproof.
Do what you have to. Wait. Who spotted him? I did. He sometimes drinks in the Robin Hood.
How long are you going to be? That's 5 minutes too long.
And how are the dogs? American pit bull terriers, yes?
Yeah, well, the fight didn't happen, so, I imagine they're fine.
I'm pleased to hear it. Well, thank you. The court commends you, Mr. Salter. Of course, this has nothing whatever to do with the matter in hand, although if, like myself, if animals are your soft spot, this incident might be noted as a character reference. Mrs. Penrose.
Gregory Malyon wasn't going to talk to the police under any circumstances. That's why he fired the gun when they phoned the diner. He didn't trust them. And what he told me, and I have it on video, was very simple. His daughter was dying, money could save her, and the diner company had the money. I'm convinced that the deadline, which is when his daughter was due back in hospital, would have come and gone if Mr. Salter hadn't intervened.
Let me ask you this. You believe that Malyon would have let his daughter die?
Yes.
Mr. Pilechski, you were the messenger for Mr. Salter, weren't you?
Yes.
And Harry Salter, through you, conspired with Malyon to demand money?
Yes.
Thank you.
The girl's still alive, though, isn't she?
Your Honor.
Mr. Clarkson, you are Nola Malyon's consultant.
Yes.
When the defendant came to you at the hospital, what were his concerns?
Nola.
He didn't at any time try to call the newspapers?
No. His determination to find a solution was persistent to the point of irritation, since I believe nothing could be done for the child. Nothing, that is, until Mr. Salter offered to pay for a surgeon to come over.
The money I gave to Nola Malyon had been donated to my company. I had it, so she got it.
Do you regret anything you did in relation to this whole episode?
I will, if I lose. If I lose, my company goes under. If I lose, I'll start thinking perhaps I should have ignored this little girl, just like the system did. I'm very pleased she's doing well, recovering, but not if it's going to be at my expense. I mean, what I mean is, she shouldn't be doing well just because I happen to have $50,000 in my bank account. Do you understand what I mean? What people ought to be thinking about is how many inoperable conditions are only inoperable because people don't have enough money. Well, that's really all I was writing about, the stories I was selling. And why shouldn't people know that if that's the truth?
No further questions, Your Honor.
I won't take up much of your time, Mr. Salter. Did you conspire with Mr. Malyon to demand money?
Till a better idea came up, yes.
Did you obstruct the police in their duties?
No, I think I helped them.
You helped them by conspiring against them. I see. Finally, did you sell this story to the newspapers after you'd been arrested and charged?
Yes, but not in a contemptuous way. God, I hope I win this. It's no good finding out something when you can't use it.
Why? What have you found out?
I want to stay up here with you.
How much do you love us?
How much do you want?
More.
You've got it.
Oh, that's good news.
Here we go.
The jury's coming back in.
All rise. Will the defendant stand, please? Members of the jury, have you reached a decision?
We have.
Do you find the accused guilty or not guilty to the charge of conspiracy to demand money?
Not guilty.
And to the charge of obstructing the police?
Not guilty.
Will the defendant stay standing, please?
Members of the jury, thank you for your deliberation. I award costs to Mr. Salter in respect of that verdict. But to the evidence pertaining to the charge of contempt of court, I have no option but to find you guilty. And in that respect...
You what? Guilty? You stay out of this! If you found me not guilty on the other two charges, how in sod's name am I guilty of contempt?
Mr. Salter, be quiet. You stupid man.
Stupid? That's brilliant, that is, coming from you. You just commend me for a bleeding dog. A dump on me for saving a kid.
And that, Mr. Salter, has just earned you a sentence of 1 week in prison.
Yeah, well, up yours.
Harry!
2 weeks. I repeat, you stupid man. I found you guilty technically, with a sentence that you should pay a fine of £1 with costs not awarded to the Crown. 2 weeks. Take him down.